Greetings from Learn Channel Studio. We are very happy we are again streaming with a new topic for you today. I am Teuta and I will be hosting the show together with Drena.
Hello from me as well, and thank you for being with us and joining our channel. Today we're welcoming two new guests who will talk about facility management challenges post-COVID.
With us in the studio is Lazo Popovski, Associate Director of Sales Business Development with L3RN. While later via direct call we'll be joining Jeff Williams, who is an expert trainer in facility management.
They will share with us their experience while providing more information on facility management challenges. Let us engage our first guest for today. Lazo, it's a pleasure to welcome you in our studio. Thank you.
Thank you very much. The pleasure is all mine.
Lazo, first and foremost, we would like to congratulate you on your promotion. This AGM, Annual General Meeting of L3RN, you got promoted to Associate Sales Director. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
And in the same time, you're managing the Quality and Facility Business Unit. Do you find this as a challenge?
Thank you again. I do believe that this year has started on a very exciting and dynamic note. I'm a person who likes to feel challenged. And I would like to share that both teams, quality and facility team, are hardly working people, and working with them on a daily basis is just a pleasure.
Good answer. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing that, Lazo. Now let's dive into your area of expertise. With a driving focus on work from home, sustainability, newly implemented technologies, and flexibility, facility managers will find that they must remain adaptable and resilient to these incoming changes.
Yeah.
How do you suggest for them to do that?
Well, good question. One way to do it is to, in order to ensure success while implementing these changes, it's to a deeper interdepartmental alignment within the organization, within the FM organization. By being better connected through all departments, the facility managers will have a better alignment and, of course, will find more success through these changes. By constantly creating a mindset for improving on the day-to-day activities, and with the small actions, they will reach a very positive outcome.
Nowadays, we are across a large number of articles dedicated to healthy buildings. They're explaining that one of the most significant shifts throughout the pandemic for facility managers is the focus on healthy buildings. What are, more specifically, healthy buildings?
Well, yes, that's correct. I mean, one of the most significant shifts throughout the pandemic is focus on the facility managers to focus more on the healthy buildings. Healthy buildings involve the maintenance and mitigation of the health and safety within the buildings, within the buildings, within all occupants, and also throughout the all organization and maintenance within the buildings. There are few areas where the facility managers will approach in establishing a healthy buildings, while implementing sustainability within the operations. They can create a better work-life health focus, establishing areas with the cost savings. Also very importantly is promoting work from home or hybrid models. Also improving on the indoor quality of the air quality, and also finding new ways how to improve workplace quality with cost-effective and sustainability purposes. So this can be done through different, use of portable air purifiers for cleaning air, etc.
Lazo, implementing enhanced cleanliness and all other associated public health measures requires some behavioral change for the staff. Therefore, providing correct training while ensuring the staff are clear about expectations is crucial. Are you delivering specific training program or awareness session focused on the post-pandemic facility management within L3RN PDI?
Absolutely. We have received so many inquiries in the past period related to awareness sessions in improving, first of all, the facility management and also creating a better sustainable environment within the buildings, within the organizations. So within the L3RN PDI, we have a variety of services where we do provide a few days of a program up until like a coaching and mentoring programs that can last for a week or a month, with focus on post-pandemic and improvement on sustainability, operation and maintenance, and all overall facility management within the buildings and organizations.
Thank you.
Based on your experience, what is the best method of delivery for facility management training programs? Classroom or live virtual?
Well, I would answer it depends. It all depends from the client. It depends from the organization. Both options have pros and cons. So for the facility management training, with some organizations, we would stick again with the classroom programs. However, live virtual becomes very popular. It opens on the different world in terms of delivering programs. It can be done through like maybe 2 hours per day sessions. It can be spread out through the whole week. So it really depends. However, the end goal is for the knowledge to be passed and for improvement on the buildings, sustainability, the overall facility management within the organizations.
Mm-hmm. Lazo, thank you so much for your input.
Thank you.
We spoke briefly with Jeff on one of the previous questions, so I would like to properly introduce and welcome him at this point. Jeff, thank you for joining us today.
Oh, thank you for having me.
It's our pleasure.
Jeff, you have over 20 years experience across different industries and have been a member of the International Facility Management Association since 1998. First of all, I wanted to ask you, how has facility management changed in the last decade?
Yeah, it's an interesting question because our profession is still relatively young. IFMA itself is only 42 years old. And so when I speak to my students and when I speak to other people in the industry, I kind of talk about it in the way that the profession is kind of a chiller room to boardroom spectrum. And in the last 10 years, what we've seen is an elevation overall of the industry moving kind of collectively towards the boardroom. The direct alignment between FM and the needs of the businesses that they support comes from that boardroom perspective. And what I think we're seeing a lot of is catalysts that are helping us get there as a profession. So there's shifts in workplace demographics, changes in technology and lots of new technology. And of course, there's been some massive changes related to the COVID-19 pandemic.
Jeff, the COVID-19 pandemic, as you mentioned, has impacted negatively on global businesses. What were the major challenges that facility managers faced during the pandemic?
Yeah, I think the big things are really around uncertainty and constant change. In the early phases of the pandemic, we really didn't know how to protect ourselves or to protect our building occupants, which led to changes in occupancy. In fact, most buildings were empty for a long period of time. Changes in how we wore and used proper protective equipment, and then this whole brand new term, social distancing. And all that while a lot of facility managers continued to work in buildings. So it was a very, very unusual period, and it still continues to be. And really, it's about change management. It's change management for the occupants. It's change management for the facility management industry and getting people used to something that might become a new normal. But through that, I think there's been a tremendous amount of learning. And I've certainly spent a lot of time with learners talking about kind of what might be the future and how to be comfortable in getting there.
Jeff, are facility managers getting more involved in broader strategic decisions because of the pandemic?
Yeah, I think what we see is there's a tremendous focus placed on the industry's direct interaction with occupant health and safety, especially around the pandemic. And the ability, I think Lazo said earlier, about air quality, cleaning, all of the things that help a person be more comfortable and safe inside a building. From there, and I think we'll see this as we start to get to the end stages of the pandemic, is really looking at how we change the space needs for an organization, and also then you're going to see a change in occupancy planning as a result. Be some fairly significant changes in those areas.
Jeff, looking forward, do you think we will be back to business as usual after COVID-19, or should facility managers invest in long-term solutions instead of last year's make-dos?
I really love it to be that it's business as usual, and I think we will get to a business as usual, but I believe it's going to be under what we'll call a new normal. The world has changed, and we're going to have to continue to look at things differently as we have through the pandemic. What that looks like, I think, is going to be heavily dependent on how we cope medically with the virus and its variants. So once we really get an understanding of that, that's going to start to define the new normal. As far as the long-term solutions, instead of last year's make-dos, I think what we're going to need to do as we get to that understanding of what the new normal is start to integrate all of these new practices into our long-term operating plans so they just become part of the everyday.
Laza and Jeff, thank you very much for all the information you shared with us today, and thanks for being part of this show. It was a real pleasure.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for staying with us. You can tune in for viewing more live stream on LinkedIn or recorded session on our YouTube channel.
If there is anything you deem important but we haven't managed to cover, just drop us a message and we will review it with our team. Until next time, stay tuned.